Right, welcome back to Ball Talk. In this week's episode, we'll be discussing all of the recent weekend's FA Cup games, as well as Gareth Southgate's England squad announcement, including Ben White deciding he doesn't want to be called up. All that and a lot more. Well, I think we'll start with the United-Liverpool game. FA Cup, it was 4-3, obviously went to extra time. And I can't remember a better game than that in the FA Cup, really, a more entertaining game. Definitely not.
No, I can't. It was a really, really good game to watch, wasn't it? It was just free-flowing, end-to-end. It was a brilliant watch. It was exciting for everyone, and what a game.
Yeah, it was. It was a weird game as well. United, they weren't lucky, but I don't know, it was just... I didn't really see it coming after the City game from Liverpool. I didn't really know. It seemed like two different teams almost. And United come out, played. One point they had 10 attackers on the pitch, 9 attackers, Bruno at centre-back, sort of went like man for man. It was a weird game. I don't know what your thoughts on it were.
Yeah, it was. I'd agree. It was weird. It was entertaining. It was just like Liverpool didn't look like Liverpool for most of it. I thought they looked... Obviously, they've got injuries and they looked a bit sluggish at times. But United were... They started really, really well. Like a house on fire. Faded a little bit, but I think overall, I thought that was one of the better United performances I've seen in a long time. It felt suitable for the kind of game, how big the game was against Liverpool. That kind of performance it used to be regular. It used to be the norm back in the day, but it's not been. United haven't been like that for a long time. So it was positive for United fans to see a performance like that.
Yeah, and it seemed like a game that you wouldn't see in a league game. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what it is, whether players have a different mentality in the FA Cup. Obviously, that game couldn't have happened in the league because it went 2-2, and then, it'd be a draw, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But I don't know, do you think the players go into an FA Cup game with a different mentality?
I think so. I think probably more than United's front. I think it's the only chance to win silverware, really, isn't it? And they can maybe get top 4, but it's been a pretty poor season. So for them, they might be thinking it's our last chance to get anything here. So you've got nothing to lose. Just go for it. And I think they did, and it was refreshing to see.
Yeah, and I was trying to pick any standout players, and I couldn't really, on either side. There weren't really any standout single great performances. Thought Mainoo was good. Kobbie Mainoo was good again, but United's midfield still looked a bit didn't convince me.
I thought Garnacho, the United winger, was very good. I thought he was really good consistently the whole game. So he played really well. But I would agree, it wasn't those. I think those two were standouts from United's point of view. But it wasn't. United didn't look. They obviously played better, but they didn't look that good. There was still, like I said, the midfield wasn't always compact, and Liverpool did create plenty of opportunities as well.
Yeah, they did. It was end to end. It was exciting not for probably the United or Liverpool fans, but for everyone else, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Scott McTominay got another goal, another assist. So even when he don't really play that well, and him and Bruno, I weren't impressed with him, but he's still producing goals and assists for almost every game.
That just shows you, doesn't it? That's even if you're not playing well, but he's still finding goals and assists. And it's just one of those seasons, isn't it? He's just getting lots of goals and assists, and everything seems to be falling for him nicely in the box. And it's good. And I don't like him. I think he's a good player. I don't think he's going to be good enough for Man United, but when Man United are in the heyday. But I thought this season he's come up with some really crucial goals at crucial times. He's been a big player.
Yeah, he has, and that's obviously United have stopped now Liverpool's early shouts of the quadruple and all that bollocks. But Klopp was fuming after the game. Did you see these post-match interview?
I did. He wasn't best pleased.
Yeah, he just walked out, didn't he? He just weren't happy with the question, and that's it. You could tell how much it means to him. Like with that out, he was just so fuming after the game, which is good to see. I like that.
It's understandable as well, isn't it? It's like obviously the quadruple's pretty much impossible. It'd be unbelievable if it could have happened, but it's a big ask, and so obviously he probably gutted about that, and he gutted to lose. You never want to lose, especially against your rivals, and in a quarter final of the FA Cup. So he would be hurting from it.
Yeah, it would have been a great send off, but I think everyone, even the Liverpool fans, knew that it weren't going to happen. Really, a quadruple. I think maybe one or two they can think realistically could happen, but anything more than that it's a bit of a pipe dream. I think.
I agree, but Nice to dream, isn't it?
Yeah, and then the draw was straight after that game. So I think it was Coventry got United, didn't they? Coventry at home.
United. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
which is
that Coventry game was very good as well, by the way. For the
yeah, it
4
was.
goals in the last 80 minutes or something.
Yeah,
Something
it was good, wasn't it?
It was crazy. Again, it's
But
nice to see a championship team in there as well.
yeah, and we talking on that, we've sort of everyone's been talking like, oh, the gap between the championship and the Prem's been evident this season, with Burnley being like the dominant force last year in the champ and then struggling big time. But I mean, it's good to see that Coventry put in a good performance, Leicester put in a good performance against Chelsea, which we'll get onto later. So I mean, they're representing the championship well, aren't they? They're not too far off it.
Definitely, like I said, it's nice to see a championship team there in the semi-finals, and just makes it. That's what the FA Cup's about, isn't it? Yes, we've got the big teams, but it's nice when you see the championship clubs, lower league clubs get a good run, progress well. So it was nice to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll go back onto so Coventry have got United at home in the semis.
Yeah.
I think City and Chelsea are the other semis. So I think United have got a big opportunity there to get in the final again for the second year running. But it's also an opportunity for Coventry. I think they'd prefer United out the other three because they still look a little vulnerable, don't they? United. It's not like they're still hit and miss pretty much during the game. It's it's up and down.
100%.
So I think Coventry will be happy with that.
100%. It's at Wembley as well, so anything can happen. You know what I mean? Anything can happen. I think that's the favourable draw. United or Chelsea, Coventry have gone happy enough with that. There's opportunities there. If you've got City, it's game over. So they would be very happy with that, and they'd be full of confidence going, but nothing to lose. We can definitely nick a result here and get into the final, which would be amazing for them.
Yeah, and that's I do generally think that's the mentality they'll have and believe. Like it's all good thinking like, oh right, we've got a chance here, but I generally think they've got a chance and they'll put up a good game, a good fight against United.
I agree. I totally agree. It'll be exciting to see.
I just want to, it'd be good to see, mate. And I just want to touch on the last bit on United game. Obviously, you're a keeper, and I see there was two of the goals that I was question marks over the keepers. I don't know if you see them. The first one was a Nana where he sort of patted it down straight to not one of the United players who's obviously just put it in the back of the net. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that? It just seemed like a weird parry. He weren't far away from the ball. It was just a weird parry, and he's just patted it right into.
He's got too good of a hand and pushed it down. That's one where you open your wrist up, and you just push it wide. Get your hand, because he's hit his good part of his hand. He's hit it down straight into that middle bit's a dangerous area. All he had to do there was open his hand up a little bit and just flick it around, and it maybe go. Even if you take it out for a corner or you pull it wide, that's what you always taught. Put it away from. Sometimes you can't help it, but always pull it away from the danger zone. So I think again, he'd be disappointed with it, and there's definitely question to be asked there. You've got to put it in a better area.
It's almost like he got too far across as well. It was a weird one, but
it was. He's been like that all season, hasn't he?
Hit and miss, isn't he? Yeah. And the last one, the other one I wanted to talk about, the last goal, the winner.
Yeah.
I mean, it was sort of, I don't know, it was like very slow pace. It was in the corner, but looking at it, I've looked at it 3 or 4 times, and Kelleher, I just feel like he gets down really slow, it seems like. I just feel like he should be saving that, in my opinion. Like that's a savable shot.
It's one of those ones, I agree, but sometimes they're the ones that can catch you out and be difficult. Even though it's slow, they're still in the corner, and he's moving, and he's got to move back, and it's at 120 minutes into the game, so it's at the end. There's lots of things you can say, but it did, when I watched it going, I did think, maybe you expect him to save it, but again, I've seen the back. It's one of those ones, isn't it? It's difficult. It's sometimes this is the slow and draggy ones that can beat you, and sometimes if you hit it cleanly, you're going to save them. If they drag it in, it is going to creep in sometimes, but it is in the corner as well. So you can ask the question.
It's not the same pace as what keepers are used to facing as well, I suppose. So it just puts them
honestly, in training, sometimes they this one, the missed hits or the draggy ones that can catch. They're realistic and they catch you out as well, because it's not what you expected, or you're diving fully for the powerful one, and it just trickles in sometimes. I don't think it's a mistake, but definitely for the level and quality of the game and the keepers, I think they would ask the question and be like, could you do more?
Yeah, like Alisson, he's probably saving it, isn't he? Alisson.
I think so.
Yeah. And he's been good. I mean, he's been good, Kelleher. You can't really say he's been bad for Liverpool, so you can't like.
No, you can't. It's just you. People are going to, like say, ask the question because it's slow. You expect him to save it because how well he has been doing. And obviously, like you said, Alisson, I think, does save it.
Yeah, I mean that was. I suppose it's a mistake each for both teams, so it would even it up, I suppose, and still get the same result if they both saved it.
Exactly.
Right, we'll go on to the Chelsea-Leicester game, mate. 4-2, Chelsea. I thought Chelsea were good, but Leicester put up a good fight again. Like we said, they're representing the Championship well, and I thought it was another entertaining FA Cup game.
I agree. It was. I thought Leicester played very well. I thought they were unlucky. I thought they'd done well to get back into the game. But Chelsea, I think, showed their quality in the end and the difference in levels. I think it's a really positive result for Chelsea. Another semi-final at Wembley. We've got a chance to get into another final. I think so. Overall, I think Chelsea fans will be really pleased with it.
Yeah, and I see a lot of controversy with Sterling taking the penalty.
Oh, he was atrocious in that game. Honest to God, he was atrocious.
The thing is, he got a goal, and then did he get the goal? Did he get a goal?
I actually can't remember.
He got an assist though. He set up Cole Palmer's goal. I know that, and he didn't get a goal. He got the assist for Cole Palmer, and then he won the penalty. Obviously, he took a pen and missed. I don't know what was going on with that pen. Like, it was a weird run up, and he sort of just—it's like it was no purpose. It weren't a smash in one of the corners, and it weren't one of them where you send the keeper the wrong way. It was just a little.
He just had no confidence in hitting it.
Yeah, he didn't. Did
it looked like? But honestly, that is one of the worst performances I think I've seen. I think he's been not very good all this year. I think that free kick as well was a Premier League footballer of his quality should not be doing that. I know it happens. We all do it. We're all guilty of doing things, but you can't. My sister could hit a better shot than that.
He took the free kick. It literally went rose head, missed the pen, and he had a one-on-one chance which he could have. He should have really put away as well, which he put quite far wide.
He did. He's just not been the same, and obviously there could be things going on, but he's not. He is, don't get me wrong, on his day a very good player and has been very, very good. But I don't think he's been the same player at Chelsea. Obviously, Chelsea aren't the same as City, so it's going to be different. But I don't think he's been very good. I thought he was really, really poor in that game. And
listen, it's easy to criticise him as well because we know the level he can be.
Exactly.
Because you still look at it. There was bits in the game he done all right, and like we said, he did win a pen and he did get an assist. But the stuff he did do wrong was you look at it and go, "Oh my god, like have you done that?"
Exactly, and because of the quality of the plan, you know what you can do. He's going to get criticised a bit more. He did do some good things as well, but that free kick for me was just ridiculous.
He just rose head with it.
It was absolutely atrocious. He just tried to. I don't even know what he was thinking.
Thing is, we all have them, but you just don't all have them. Yeah. Like in a FA Cup quarter final.
No, exactly. Especially when fans are on you anyway.
Yeah, they started booing him at one point.
Oh no, that's not nice, is it? But like I said, he's just not been the same since he's joined Chelsea.
Yeah, I thought Palmer was quality again. Like
he's been.
Is he still a teenager, or is he in his 20s now?
I think he's in his 20s. I think he's 21 or 22.
But like being that young, first season at that club, and he's their best player. He's the one they rely 100%. On as well the most this season, 100%. And he's just impresses every single game. Great goal again, good assist, ridiculous.
Yeah, he's just calm. Is he calm on the ball? Doesn't rush. Doesn't panic. He's a joy to watch. He's an unbelievable player. And I think Chelsea are going to already offer him a new contract.
Yeah, and another talent for England.
Exactly that. And the amount of good English players coming through is ridiculous, isn't it, at the minute? Yeah,
well, he didn't get the call up, obviously, but I don't know. He's definitely in for a shout if there's some injuries. He's one of the next ones to see.
It's hard. Yes, he's been unbelievable this year, but who does he? I mean, there's such many. Who does he replace in there? It's so difficult. I think he should be in the squad, but I don't know if he starts.
Yeah. Hopefully he does get his chance though. I think he deserves it.
He deserves it. I agree. He's been exceptional this year. And like you said, Chelsea's best player without a doubt.
Yeah. Did you see I think it's Desai where he's scored Desai's own goal.
Yeah, that's so nice.
He's sort of the ball's coming to him and he's getting pressure from sort of the thrower or the person who's marking the thrower, and he's just too casual. And then he gets the defender gets on top of him and he sort of just smashes it in his own goal. But I see people blaming the goalkeeper, but at the end of the day, the defenders just smashed it in
No,
his own goal. Like,
yeah, it's not. It's not. Like I said, I don't like Chelsea, but I don't rate him Sanchez that much. But that's not him. He's high. Chelsea are a ball playing team, so he's high, where
yeah,
he's meant to be if you want to play. He's high at the box, and then he's there. He's there for the pass, but the Chelsea player's just not looked. Pressure's
miskicked
on,
it.
miskicked it. Even if Sanchez is in the goal, I don't know. Like, does he head it off
He
the
could lob
line?
him. Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? It could lob him because it was a hell of a finish. It's just one of those freak things. He's not looked, mishit it, and just arrowed it into the far corner. And again, it's not one he'll want to see again. But it was a freak thing, a freak one. But it happens, doesn't it?
yeah. Lesson learnt for him. And then I think it was Mavadidi who scored that unreal goal. He done a couple step overs on the edge of the box. I think it was Desai he sent, and then stuck it top corner. What a goal that was, by the way. But yeah, again, Desai, I think
looks a very good player, that boy as well, who scored that. It's an unbelievable strike. He's been very good as well all year for Leicester as well.
Yeah, mate, serious goal. And yeah, like we said, another top game in the FA Cup.
Yeah, well, it's exciting. The magic of the FA Cup, isn't it? It's just exciting.
Right. Oh, listen, we'll talk about the England squad announcement. It's come out now.
Yep.
And obviously the hot topic at the moment is Ben White basically has said that he don't want to be picked. I think Gareth Southgate spoke to Arteta and Edu, who's the director of football at Arsenal, and they've just like relayed to him that, listen, he doesn't want to be picked for this Euros camp or this current camp that's happening now. A lot of opinions from different people. What do you think? Yeah, what's your thoughts on that?
Opinion. It's one of those ones. I think there's obviously been there was a huge falling out of the World Cup.
Yeah,
there must have been, but I just don't. Just obviously you don't know the ins and outs, but for me, it's your country. What player does not want to play for their country? So you're English, you want to play for wherever you're from, you want to play for your country. So it's a dream to play at a major tournament, and he plays for a big club in Arsenal. He's in the squad. Does he start? That's a different conversation, but he's definitely in the squad. I don't get why he doesn't want to obviously be in England. I think it's a dream to play for your country. You're going to play. So there must have been a serious falling out for him to not want to do it and not be comfortable in that environment. But I just think, obviously, if it's not that deep, just suck it up. It's England. Why would you? I just don't get why you wouldn't want to play for your country.
Yeah, I do think it's a hard one. It's not like black and white because obviously, apparently, you had a massive falling out with Steve Holland, the assistant.
Yeah, I saw that.
They had a big bust up in the change room, or so. Like that's what we've heard. And listen, he's got a right to say no. Because we don't know what his relationship will be. If let's say he goes to that England camp, he could have a bad relationship with like we said, Steve Holland. It could be an uncomfortable place. If he's going there, travelling away from his family, and he knows he's not going to play. I mean, he might. Sometimes you do have to do what's just best for your career. And if he knows he's not going to play in the atmosphere, it might just be the best decision for him, even though we don't want to hear it.
Yeah. No, I do see that side of it, and like I said, don't know the ins and outs, but. I mean, you're grown men. You fall out with people. You have arguments with people. It's water under the bridge. You just get on with it. You can't hold grudges. Things in football change so quickly. You don't have time to hold grudges. So I just think, for me, I get that point. I do, but I just think it's your country. Well, there's nothing better. That's the pinnacle playing for England, especially at a World Cup or major tournament.
Speaking on the rest of the squad. Obviously, people ain't happy that Henderson's got the call up, and there's players missing out, like informed players like Ross Barkley, Kobbie Mainoo. Was even like people want him to not start, but get called up.
He got called up literally 10 minutes ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was just on Twitter before this. Literally 10 minutes ago, he got called up. It doesn't say
someone pulled out.
Doesn't say. Just says he's been added as a 25th man.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, listen, Kobbie Mainoo's there, but. Listen,
literally just announced.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no, listen, that's actually good news for, I think, everyone, even like not just United fans. I think all fans wanted to see him called up. He deserved it. He's been on fire.
100%. He's been called. And then again, like you said, there's some players. Ross Barkley's been really, really Luton's best player, probably. And again, it is definitely. I think he deserves a call up, but then in that position, there's just so many good players.
Ward-Prowse even has been on fire. Gibbs White, but it just shows again that Gareth Southgate he picks sort of half and half on form, but then he picks half and half on who he can rely on, who he's used before. To keep the the team atmosphere, the team like vibes, not
Yeah.
vibes, but like, you know what I mean?
No, I know what
Henderson's
you mean.
been about England for years, and he knows his character. That's what really Southgate's picking him on now.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't pick him on form. He picks him for that because he can trust him. He's a leader and he's good in the change room. And to be fair, you do need that in a national squad. You do need those players. Obviously, I don't think
You do. No, you do.
he can't start. Can't be anywhere near the starting team. But I do get him being in it for that reason. But at the same time, these are just two friendlies. Give boys an opportunity who deserve it. Do you know what I mean? It's not. If Henderson misses out this one, it doesn't mean he's not going to be in the squad. I think you take him to the Euros because of his experience and everything like that. But you I think because it's too friendly, just give some boys the opportunity who haven't been selected before, haven't played many games, to get some opportunity to get some minutes for England. I don't see why you wouldn't. It's literally two friendlies.
Yeah, and I get it's the one just before the Euros, but I just wouldn't take Henderson to the Euros. I probably wouldn't, you know. I'd prefer to take someone like Barkley. But I mean, again, it's hard. It is hard because I can see what you've just said does make me think like, oh, maybe it does make sense to take him.
It's difficult because it's difficult. That's why Southgate's earns all that money to make those decisions, doesn't it? And it's not an easy decision. I think you do need those players in the change room who've got that experience, especially with the young players. They do get to the final again, but we've been there, done it. Just relax. It's not like you do need that support, and you need that people to lead the change room. And to me, that's the only logical reason Henderson gets picked, because he doesn't get picked on form, or because he's not. Okay, he's at Ajax at a better level than when he was in Saudi, but he's not better than any of those players, and he can't start. You can bring him and have him around there, but you can't start him.
Yeah. Again, just thinking now, another benefit maybe is if, you know, we've started our campaign in the Euros and we've like played a couple of group games and shit does hit the fan. You know what I mean? We've lost one, we've drawn one, or whatever. He'll be a good character and a good place to have around, and maybe even put in a team to just calm everyone down and show his experience.
I agree.
Other than that, I wouldn't, like you said, I wouldn't have him near the starting line.
I totally agree. And it's a difficult one because you can't bring every informed player in, unfortunately, because they might not gel, they might not be leaders. You need that, because you spend a lot of time together in these tournaments, don't you? So you need people that are going to lead the dressing room, take care of things, look after players. So the staff don't have to do everything.
Yeah, exactly that. And obviously another blow to England is Kane's injury. He's had a little ankle injury.
Every year, isn't it? This time every year it happens to him, doesn't it?
Listen, that's the thing, and we're getting to that point now where it's March. There's some big Champions League games coming up, a lot of games for the top players, and we probably we don't want to hear it, but we probably will get one or two of our current England squad out injured. It's just that it's likely that it's going to happen.
It is, and obviously you don't want it to happen, but I said it's very likely that it will happen. Like I said, injuries are part of the game.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know how serious Kane's is. I don't think it's too bad. But in the next friendlies, that gives opportunity for Watkins, I suppose. He'll probably be the next one to go in, won't he?
Yeah, or Tony.
Or Tony, yeah. So either of them. I think, I'd like to see Watkins get more minutes than Tony, if I'm honest.
I agree. I think, what's the Bournemouth guy's name? I can't remember.
Solanke,
Solanke, there you go. I think he should have been in the squad as well. He has to be called up now if Kane does pull out.
Yeah, I mean, Kane, so they've actually said that Kane, I don't know whether they'll add another player like they've done with Mainoo, but Kane is still going to go, they've said. Yeah. I think he's still going to go to the camp and sort of do his rehab there. I think I mean, I don't know what you think, but I think I'm happy with that because he's the skipper. He's good to have the last camp before the Euros, keep the, just
I agree with that.
With the boys.
So I mean, playing new faces, he's captain, keep him around. You let him do his rehab there and let him lead it from that side of things,
from off the pitch,
and then give other boys opportunity that can show what they can do as well in case something does happen, or Harry Kane doesn't play very well, or you've got someone else can do it, like Watkins or Tony or Solanke, who can have proven they've done an England shirt, because they're going to hopefully get some opportunities now in the next two games. So
obviously Tony and Watkins were the ones that got called up. If England do call up another player because Kane's had to pull out, we've already got two strikers. Would you want it to be Solanke, or would you think like Palmer? Who are you thinking?
I think Solanke. I think another striker for
Yeah,
striker. I think Cole Palmer probably deserves to be in, but he doesn't. He's not a striker. Where else would he? Is he better than Phil Foden? Not yet. Is he? I don't think Palmer gets in the team yet. I think he obviously does deserve the call up, so we might bring him in for that reason. But I think it's very harsh on Solanke if he doesn't,
yeah.
because he's been banging the goals in. But then you could say the same thing about Palmer. Do you know what I mean, it's such a
I think one of them two
decision.
would be ideal though. If we need an
Yeah,
extra player because of Kane's absence.
it has to be one of those two. I think. I agree.
Yeah. Who's our friendlies against? Is it Belgium and Spain?
Brazil and Belgium.
Brazil and Belgium. Yeah. Okay.
It's a tough
That's
game,
good.
but
At least we've got two decent games instead of we're not playing, Moldova or these sort of.
Yeah, so it should be entertaining, but it should be an entertaining watch. But again, it's a good opportunity, like I've said earlier, just to give some boys an opportunity to make their debuts or get minutes and so he has a fair look at everyone in the England environment.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to him. To be fair, it will be be interesting to see what teams he does go with. Whether he goes with because like we said, it's the last camp. Whether he goes with his full strongest starting team or whether he completely mixes it up.
I think he
likes to go strong, doesn't he?
I think he'll go strong for one, and then maybe not so strong for the other.
Yeah, get everyone some minutes.
I think if I was a manager, the goal would be to get everyone minutes.
Yeah,
as much as you can. Maybe not all the goalies because you don't need to play, but I'd get all the outfielders as much minutes as possible.
What goalie would you start? Would it be Pickford for you?
Oh, it'd be Pickford. I think again, he's not put a foot wrong in England shirt. He always turns up and he's in good form as well of Everton. So I think, but obviously Ramsdale's not playing, so he can't play. And Sam Johnstone probably will play if he does play another goalie in one of the other games because he is playing at the minute.
Yeah, I agree. I think Pickford. I don't even think he's done bad in an Everton shirt this season. I think he's actually done.
No, I agree. He's been very, very good for them this year. Probably the best I've seen him play for Everton. I think this year he's been very consistent. So he just don't change it, do he? He's always done well.
Yeah, mate, I agree. Right. Oh, we'll leave it there. Okay, we'll have a watch of them England games. See how we do. Looking forward to it, and we'll catch up next week. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Sounds good, mate. No, all good. See you later.
See you later.
Yes, guys, thanks for watching this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, could you please follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and subscribe to our YouTube channel? It massively helps us out.